contest with Respect Ocean. And for this second edition, we basically decided to open the applications to the international. And we can say that it was another success this year with 86 applications received from 12 different countries across the globe. We also decided to reward 3 special prizes with partners for solutions that are active in the biodiversity, that are nature-inspired, and that are in their early stage. So we'll also hear about the winners of these special prizes tonight. And after this successful call for application, we had a committee of 15 ocean experts that has been given the difficult task to select on the paper 10 finalists that are with us tonight based on their impact, innovation, and their business model. So I want, again, thank them for their engagement. And these 10 finalists that you will be meeting today have been prepared for the pitching exercise by coaches from the SOA community that I want to especially thank for their engagement and involvement. So again, congratulations to the 10 finalists. Looking forward to hearing from the pitches. And now, without any further ado, I will leave the floor to my colleague Martha, who will be moderating our event tonight, and will tell you more about what's coming next. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben. My name is Martha. I'm our program lead at Sustainable Ocean Alliance, and I'm so excited to be with you all here today. So in about 10 minutes, you will watch the pitches of the 10 finalists who have just trained with their coaches for about a month. However, before that, we will give the floor to Claude, the president of the Respect Ocean Association. Then we're going to have the opportunity to hear a few words from Sustainable Ocean Alliance's Chief Innovation Officer, Craig Dudenhoffner. After that, we will let the 8 members of the jury introduce themselves quickly, about a minute each, and then we'll move on to the pitches. So you should also know that at the end of the 10 pitches, we are going to invite all of you here today to vote for your favorite. So you won't want to miss this opportunity to stay with us until the winners are announced to see if your favorite was selected. Before giving the floor away to Claude, I want to warmly thank you on behalf of the whole team here today, but also personally to our partners, the coaches, the mentors, the pre-selection committee, and the jury for having been so generous to accompany it with us, to be here with us in this second edition. You're going to have the opportunity to meet with some of our partners or connect with some of them and learn more about them just before the announcement of the winners. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the floor over to the president of the Association of Respect Ocean.
Thank you, Martha. I don't know if you are listening to me or not. Thank you very much, everyone, and welcome. And many thanks of each of you for participating and attending this fantastic event. We are part, for sure, of the large and soaring network of consciousness for ocean. And at the same time, we are part of the people with humility and doubt when facing how Gaia reacts to our injuries. And to be frank, we do not know very much how to act and to act for resilience, for sure. That is the reason why the pitching learning is so crucial. For all of us, the ability to debate, to listen to argue, to refine, to develop our language skills, our semantic games is key. And for all of us, ocean has to be more in our heart because we depend on it. For me and for you, I'm sure today is a chance, the meeting of awarded people, of candidates that have made effort to condensate as a crystal. Their dream is a huge present. Enjoy, if I can say, enjoy each second. I will do it. Develop the dream. I will open my eyes. Listen to the talents. I will open my hearing, express your passion. I will move my body to applaud. And please join me for a large and sincere thanks for the Respect Ocean teams, Aurélie, Melissa, and now Hélène, but their partners who offer time and talent to contribute. And for today, if I can, I will continue with Shakespeare. My story starts at sea, a perilous voyage to an unknown land, a shipwreck, and so on. Then thank you to all of you, and back to the floor, and we start.
Thank you so much, Claude. Please, everyone, join me in thanking Claude for those words in the chat. And now I'm excited to introduce Craig, our Chief Innovation Officer from Sustainable Ocean Alliance, for a few words as well. Craig, over to you.
Good morning, everyone, or maybe good evening. Yeah, so I'm Craig, SOA's Chief Innovation Officer. I've been working at SOA since 2017 to help advance ocean impact startups. And today, SDG 14 continues to be one of the most underrepresented sustainable development goals. I was reading a paper earlier this month by Johansson and Vestavik, which was published in 2020, which estimates that SDG 14 has a funding gap of $149 billion each year. The same paper highlighted that only $1 billion is donated to ocean challenges via philanthropy, which just goes to show that philanthropy alone is not going to solve the ocean's greatest challenges. We really need to invest in scalable, market-driven solutions. And I think that just highlights the importance of today's Ocean Pitch Challenge. While other organizations continue to focus on understanding the problems, the entrepreneurs we're about to meet today are taking action to build solutions. I'm convinced that being an entrepreneur is one of the most challenging career paths you can choose for yourself. And being an ocean entrepreneur is really no exception to that. If anything, it's harder. I know that there's investors who talk about, shying away from working in, investing in hardware. And then here we've got hardware that is now going into the ocean environment, one of the most challenging environments on this planet. So, effectively, my advice for entrepreneurs that are presenting today is to really stay focused on your mission, and that advice carries on through beyond today into the rest of realizing your dream. And then not to forget that you're part of a very supportive community. I think for as underrepresented as SDG 14 continues to be, kind of make up for it in this passionate, mission-driven community. And I think looking at the screens here, you can see that community really coming to life on today's pitch competition. So looking forward to hearing the pitches, and good luck to all of our entrepreneurs. Back to you, Martha.
Thank you so much, Craig. All right, so after these introductions, we're now excited to invite you to quickly get to know the members of our jury, who I'd like to invite to turn on their webcams if you haven't already, and open them for the duration of the pitches. So greetings to our jury: Corinne, Harold, Francois, Santiago, Christian, Michelle, Capucine, and Francois. We are delighted to have you with us here today. And once again, a huge thank you for your participation with us this year. So we are going to give you each 1 minute to introduce yourself before moving on to the pitches. So please keep to time and show our finalists here today how to do that as well. Corinne, we're going to start with you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Corinne. I'm glad to be a member of the Ocean Pitch Challenge jury, and I thank Aurélie for having proposed this challenge for me. Oceanographer by training, I have been working for nearly 30 years for the Oceanographic Institute, Prince Albert I of Monaco Foundation. I have held several positions, from animation to management of an educational museum. I currently scientific advisor, and I coordinate thematic programs and produce content for books, exhibitions, messages, and events. I participate in many multi-sectoral and multidisciplinary networks in the world of the sea, economic, scientific, citizen participation, and mediation. And I look forward to discovering the candidate of their presentation.
Thank you so much. Harold.
Hi everyone, I'm Harold Grillman, the founder of Phoenix. And at Phoenix, we are developing a new type of propulsion system for boats, replacing propeller with an undulating membrane, just mimicking the fish you can find on the ocean. So I'm very proud to be the winner of last year's edition. Thank you, Respecter Ocean, and all the partners for that. And I'm really looking for hearing your crazy solutions. So good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Harold. Francois.
Good afternoon and maybe good morning, good evening to everyone. Very nice to see all of you, and very excited to listen to our all our friends who will present their solutions. I am a head of staff of Minister of the Sea in France. Which is not for a long time, because the government changed and a new prime minister was appointed last night. So we are waiting for a new member of this government. I don't know. I don't even know if we will have a Ministry of Sea. I hope so. I used to be in the past in charge of naval industries for what's called GICAN, Groupement des Industries de Construction et Activités Navales, where I met Harold a few years ago, and I'm happy to see you here. I used to be also president of an association called Expédition 7e Continent, closer maybe to all what the tremendous activity of Respect Ocean, and I thank Aurélie and all the team and Claude for organizing this Ocean Pitch Challenge, which is a very good opportunity to discover new talents. Thank you, and have a good presentation to all the candidates.
Thank you so much, Francois. Santiago, please introduce yourself.
Okay, better like that. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Santiago. I'm the founder and CEO of Change Now. And Change Now is the world's largest event of solutions for the planet. Every year for now 5 years, we're gathering every year the top solutions tackling all our global issues, going from climate change to biodiversity, and of course also safeguard of the ocean. We gather around those solutions investors, media, talent, corporate partners, everything they need so they can accelerate and go at scale. And so, yes, and we are just in a very special time for us, because our summit is in 36 hours from now, just in the day after tomorrow. So please, you can join. It's still open online and in Paris.
Amazing. Thank you for being with us in a busy week. Christian, we'd like to hear your introduction now.
Yeah, thanks, Martha. So hi, everyone. I'm Christian Lim, one of the 2 managing directors of the Blue Ocean Fund. It's a venture capital fund managed by Swan Capital Partners, and we invest in innovations that help regenerate ocean health. And we're deploying a fund that is about 100 million euros of size today. And we invest in solutions to the 3 main threats to the ocean. So solutions to overfishing, solution to ocean pollution, and marine-based solutions to climate change. We're a team of investment professionals who are also passionate about the ocean. On my side, I'm a free diver, and that's what brought me to this journey, and I can't wait to learn more about the amazing solutions that are going to be presented today.
Thank you, Christian, who is also one of our SOA mentors and investors. Over to Michel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michel Peltier, and I'm the sea delegate of the French Agency of Biodiversity. This agency is a new agency who have to support the French Ministry of Environment and to protect biodiversity and to manage marine protected areas. So I'm based in Brest, French Brittany, and I thank you for organizing this pitch challenge, and I'm very pleased to participate this afternoon. And good luck for everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, Michel. Capucine.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes, I think it's better like this as well. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Very happy to be with you and to be part of the jury. So I'm the head of CSR for Groupe Les Echos Le Parisien. It's one of the main French media groups in France, with brands like Les Echos, maybe you know us already, like the French FT, Investir, Le Parisien, etc. We are talking to almost 25 million people every month. Of course, we're deeply dedicated to informing people on social and environmental issues in order to raise the awareness of the people, of course, of our readers, and the willingness to change. So we launched recently a lot of initiatives, editorial initiatives and events like Le Parisien Matter, like Les Echos Planet, which is a support of the prize. So very happy to be with you and looking forward to discovering all the solutions that we are about to see together.
Thank you so much, Capucine. And today, lastly, I would like to introduce, instead of Genevieve today, we have Paula. So Paula, if you could please introduce yourself, and reminder to all of our jury members, please do turn your webcam on so we can have you as the spotlight. Imagine yourselves at the front of the room here in the virtual space. So Paula, please, let's hear your introduction.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you very much. My name is Paula and I'm working with Object de l'Or as an ocean policy analyst. My Director General, Geneviève Pons, could not be there with us tonight, unfortunately, but I'm delighted to replace her, and thank you very much to SOA and Respect Ocean for their invitation. Object de l'Or is a think tank based in Brussels, focusing on European environmental policy. We have been committed to ocean protection from day one, since the very beginning in January 2020, with the support to the development of Mission Starfish at the EU level and to the coalition Antarctica 2020 at the global level. Very recently, we have published a policy paper on how to revamp the EU Blue Governance Framework ahead of the One Ocean Summit in Brest that you can find on our website. And we are currently working on the second one on global ocean governance. At Object de l'Or, we are convinced that we all will need all hands on deck to solve the climate and biodiversity crisis that the ocean is facing, policymakers, scientists, citizens, but also businesses. And I'm very much looking forward to listening to all the pitches. And I wish the best of luck to all the participants. And thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here today, Paula. And once again, thank you so much to all of the jury members here with us for sharing your time and your expertise amid such a busy time in the ocean space. So without further ado, we are so excited to begin to hear the pitches of the 10 finalists. The order of these pitches was drawn ahead of the final. And as a reminder, each finalist has 2 minutes to pitch, which will be followed by 3 minutes of possible questions from members of the jury. There will be a timer on the screen, so you must keep time. This is part of your criteria of judging finalists, so please keep that in mind. Jury, as you are aware from these introductions, we have amazing expertise. And we want to ensure that we hear from as many members of the jury as possible. So please make sure to, as you plan the questions, let's try and hear from as many members of the jury as possible. So again, without further ado, we are going to start with Mathilde, the first finalist of the day, to discover the first solution called Blue Nav. So Mathilde, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Am I free to share my screen? Is that possible? Can you hear me?
Yes, that should be possible for you to share your screen. I think just give it a minute and there you go. Thank you.
Can you let me know when you see it properly?
Yes, we can see you now.
Okay, is it full screen or not yet?
It is not.
It is not, and it should be now. Okay.
It is now, thank you.
Okay, I'm ready. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone. I'm Mathilde from Blue Nav. We're based in France. I'm here to talk to you about boating for inland and maritime waters, private or professional owners. Did you know that there are no technical inspection or regulations for combustion engine, and that boats have a life expectancy of 40 to 50 years? Your combustion engine can basically smoke, spill oil, be loud for the next 50 years without anybody bothering about that. So we've decided at Blue Nav to act on it now. I could talk to you about CO2 emissions in the industry. I could talk to you about on and underwater pollution, about noise pollution, about the damages of anchors on seabeds, but I'm sure we can all picture it very well. What we want to do is to act on it. And how do we act on it? With the limits of technology such as batteries, which limit the autonomy, and the actual constraints of users, we innovate. We create solutions that adapt to the largest market possible. We take out the complexity of integration and offer plug and play solution. And mostly we teach our users how to become better, just like Toyota did in 1997 with their first hybrid car, the Toyota Prius. What we did with Blue Nav is we started by creating an electric motor that is retractable and rotating, that has a main function to hybrid a boat, that is adaptable to the most type of boats, that means motorboats, sailboats, or any other type of boats, that allows you to keep the advantages of both propulsion system, the combustion engine and the electric engine, and that can be installed without any modification to the existing propulsion system or to the boat structure, basically. You can see it on the left-hand side. Basically, when you level up the combustion engine, the electric motors will come down. But we did not stop there. We didn't want to address only clean propulsion. So we've added and developed our own software adaptable to any interface on the dashboard of the boat, which you can see on the top picture, that is connected to our motors and that can accompany the behavior of the pilot by taking into account data such as currents, winds.
Thank you so much. That is the time. So I would like to turn it over to the jury to ask questions.
Well, can I ask a question? Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that's impressive. How do you do, and which kind of battery do you use for your system, especially for this type of boats you show on the screen?
So we're not manufacturers of batteries. So we offer batteries to our users, either brand new batteries or second life batteries. But we're not the manufacturers of the batteries, basically.
Thank you.
Yes, Mathieu, this is Christian Lim from Swan Blue Ocean. Why did you go the hybridation route?
I'm sorry, say it again. Why did we choose hybridization? Is that
Yes.
the question? Because of the limits of the technology, basically, batteries are not quite ready to offer the autonomy that users are looking for. It is going to take a few more years. And if we want to act on the impact now, we chose to create electric motors to be able to have a solution to accompany the energy transition of boats, basically, while the technology and users are getting ready to fully navigate electric.
Thanks.
Okay, I think we can take maybe one more question.
Yes, maybe can you talk us about the economic model of this innovation? I'm not sure to understand what if you say that, or if you can give us some precision.
Sure. We address all the day boats mostly. We don't work with the maritime transport yet. We sell through a network of integrators or shipyards across Europe for now, and we're looking to expand across borders, mostly to North America. And so only business to businesses, basically. Whenever someone calls us for one of our solutions, either they're private owners or professionals, we redirect them towards their our closest partner to make the installation behind.
All right, thank you so much. We are now going to move on to our second finalist, and jury, we invite you to rate this candidate while our second finalist is getting ready. Our second finalist is Romain, who will be presenting Yuyo.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
right.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Can you see me? Yes.
Exactly. We're over to you now. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay.
You can begin.
The feeling I have when surfing a wave is unique. It feels as if my body and soul were completely connected to the ocean. When I take off on my surfboard, suddenly I am part of this natural ecosystem, and this is a lot greater than me. So how can my surfboard be pollutive, non-recyclable, and toxic? This is the so-called surfer's paradox. And this is what we try to solve at UEO. So how do we do this? We rethought completely the way surfboards are built to try and make this process and product as sustainable as possible. We ended up with a unique and innovative manufacturing process based on 3D printing that combines recycled plastic trash with biocomposite materials. This enables us to produce tailor-made surfboards that help preserving the natural environment in two ways. One, fighting plastic contamination, and two, reducing our dependence on oil products. So we offer a sustainable solution to all surfers looking for quality equipment in line with their eco-friendly mindset. Because we are convinced that human beings and the planet are at the very center of everything, we want to serve as an example to show the world that another industry is possible. And we know it is possible. Today, professionals like PV Laborde, Stéphanie Ralour, Gauthier Garance are already convinced by our product. So all together, let's get along with the ocean again. Thank you. So if you have a question, I'll be happy to answer on techniques, on how it works, on any other question. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Let's hear questions from the jury.
Thank you, Romain. First question is from François. Just to know, where do you collect your plastic to make the boards?
We have three main different sources, supplier. One is a plastic that comes from the medical environment, is trays that are used to sterilize the tools for surgery. There are PET trays. This is one. The other is plastic bottles coming from the professional restaurants industry. And the third is dirt that we collect, well, through working with local associations, organizations. It's what we call a savage plastic that we remove mostly from the sea environment. So, for instance, right now we are working on making a filament out of plastic bottles that have been collected on the étang de Berre, so on the Mediterranean Sea. So the idea is to make surfboards in the Mediterranean Sea with plastic coming from the Mediterranean Sea and surf those boards on the Mediterranean Sea. That's the kind of objective, a goal. But it's a long process and we faced a lot of challenges, but it's passionate.
Hi, how many surfboards do you have already produced?
About 100, a little more than 100.
Wow.
Yes, we started selling on summer 2019.
All right. So with that, thank you so much to Romain. And we are now going to invite the jury to rate this candidate while our next finalist is getting ready. And our third finalist is going to be Leon from Elian. And Leon, as we get settled, I invite you to turn on your microphone and your webcam, and we'll pass it over to you to share your screen for your slides of the presentation. Right?
Yes.
Leon, thank you so much. And now we'll go over to you. You can begin.
Yes, so hello everyone. I'm Leon from France. I live in South Brittany. I'm a seaman since more than 10 years on many kind of sailing boats. And last year I started to run the first sailing shuttle. What is a sailing shuttle? It's a boat that is powered by sail, by the wind, to connect France to an island. It's the biggest island of the west coast of France. It's called Belle-Île Island. Maybe you have been there. It's beautiful. More than 1 million people go in this island each year. And since last year, we run the first sailing shuttle in the world because there was nothing like this. So we bought a catamaran that can carry 80 people. And we are doing up to 4 round trip a day. And since during last year, we carry 14,000 passengers. That's it. So our idea now is to have a second boat that can be powered run all a year. So it means that we need indoor clothes and that we can heat. So because the boat that we have is only able to be run during between March and November because of the condition, the forecast, the weather forecast, the weather. And so now we are really happy because the wind is there, and we are sailing mostly each day by sail, because if you are speaking about energy, we cannot avoid
all right.
The wind.
Leon, we have time is up, so it's time for questions from the jury. And thank you, Leon and jury, for your flexibility as we work through the virtual event. So now we have 3 minutes for questions.
Santiago here. Thank you for the pitch. I have a question. Do you know what is the impact of just switching a passenger from a normal boat to a sailing boat in terms of CO2 emissions?
I know that 80% of our crossing of our trip have been made with no engine. So we use engine only for maneuver in the port to go to the dock, to the pier, and we write in the logbook every time we are running the engine, every time we are. So we know that the average of consumption of per passenger is 30 centiliter of petrol, but we have no idea about their consumption, the big ship, because the big ship they will never say how much they consume. So it's really hard to know what they are consuming, but we are doing by sail, and that's the thing. That's the good thing.
All right, thank you. We still have a minute and a half left for any other questions, and if not, that's okay.
Paola here. Are you planning to cover other destinations in the future, other islands and Belle-Île?
Yes, the idea is to connect more islands in the world, but first in France and then in the world, because we are the first to doing this now, but for example, in the Indian Ocean and in Caribbean, they are still doing it for cargo or for fishing but there is no regular connection on a kind of boat like this that can carry such amount of people. So the plan is to have more boats and connect more islands. Did I answer?
All right. Any other questions?
Do you also plan to make freight transportation, cargo, not for people, but for freight?
Yes. Unfortunately, I haven't my picture, but yes, we are thinking. If you go on the website ilien.fr, you see our plan is to have a boat that can fit people and cargo. Because in the winter there is not a lot of people, so we can do the both. That will be on the next boat. And now we are doing already wine and fish. From the land, we are carrying fish and wine already for restaurant and hostel, but in a smaller.
Thank you so much, Leon. Appreciate it. We are out of time. Thank you to Leon. Jury, please go ahead and make your ratings. And our next finalist, our fourth finalist, is Emma, who represents Algae House. So Emma, as you get ready, I invite you to turn on your microphone and your webcam and be ready to share your screen for the presentation.
I am actually Julie from Algae House, and my
teammates
are with me. They're sharing the screen.
Awesome, wonderful. So when you go ahead and please go ahead and share your screen, and we'll be ready to start the timer for 2 minutes once you begin. So we'll wait for the screen share now.
They are sharing it.
Perfect. We see it. Wonderful. Over to you. Your 2 minutes will begin.
Okay. Summer is coming. You're probably thinking about going to the beach. But what if the beach was smelling like rotten eggs? This is actually what happens in many coastal countries due to the massive invasion of sargassum, a brown alga. These sargassum have formed a large belt running on 9,000 kilometers. This is the distance between Paris and Mexico City. But the real danger starts when those seaweeds wash up on the shores because they start to rot and release toxic gases and heavy metals, which are very harmful to living organisms and souls. Moreover, sargassum are a threat to public health, and they scare away many tourists, leading to huge economical losses. The objective of Algae to House is to clean up the beaches and revalue the sargassum in a sustainable manner. Thus, we plan to create a bio-inspired brick for construction in an eco-responsible way. But how do we do this? We use the symbiosis between sargassum and mycelium to create a bio-brick with remarkable properties. Super strong, fire resistant, and lightweight. Our brick is more solid than a cement brick, and all that at a competitive price, while enhancing the local economy through the constructions of new premises and homes. We will get in touch with our main target customers, commune councils, and construction companies. And our bio-brick will arrive on the market at a crucial time for the building industry to palliate the lack of raw material and the global supply crisis. Pitching in front of you today is a huge opportunity for us. We need help to buy additional equipment and scale up our process. Thanks to you, we want to grow our impact on the construction industry and the production of coastal ecosystems. Together, let's go from algae to house. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Thank you. Jury, you now have 3 minutes for questions.
Hello, and thank you for this presentation. What kind of equipment do you need to make it possible?
We need to scale up the process of convection oven. That's the main equipment we need at the moment.
But for the moment, we use another equipment that we have now, so we can already improve our process, but it's not the best equipment to do. But we are making our proof of concept, and in the good way.
Yes. Hello, have you yet constructing something with this brick?
No, for the moment we just have a little brick, but it's at the laboratory phase.
Yes, we are at the beginning of the project, so we began to create brick very recently. So we are constantly trying to improve our process by making different experiments with different conditions. And in the long term, we would like, yes, to try the physical aspect of the bricks, such as the pressure and many other aspects.
And it will be after our studies, because for the moment we are in the biotechnology engineering school. So it's why this project is was created. But after we want to.
What? After we plan on the long term to try to build buildings, for example, yes. And on the longer term to export our solutions in the most affected countries. As Julie said, it's the Caribbean coasts and Mexico and Guadeloupe, etc.
Do you plan to do a fundraising to boost your project?
Yes, we would like to.
We are planning to do a fundraising and also to work with the councils in some cities that are very touched by this sargassum and to raise funds with them to us be in a partnership with them.
Yeah. For us, presenting this project today is the first step to know if our solution is really viable, because for us, it's a very huge opportunity to share our knowledge and our experiments with you to know if it would be possible to contact other partners and to develop further our solution.
Hi, Christian here. I think what your approach is interesting because others working on the sargassum problems may be more susceptible to the variability of the quality of the feedstock, the sargassum, than your product. So I think that's an interesting approach. I'd like to know how you are stabilizing the product or to make it a lasting one, given that there is organic matter in it.
And thank you for the question, Christian. If you could keep your answer very short, we appreciate it, as our time is up.
Okay. So in order to stabilize the product, we managed to sterilize it. First, we sterilize the alga prior to the manufacturing of the brick. And then when the brick is finished, we sterilize it again by burning every microorganism susceptible to be still alive in it.
And it stopped the growth.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much. All right. So jury, please go ahead and rate the candidate, while our fifth finalist, Stephanie, who represents C-Wing, is getting ready. Stephanie, you can go ahead and turn on your microphone and your webcam. And please be prepared to share your screen for the presentation. Stephanie, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everybody.
Wonderful, great. Okay, so go ahead and share your screen, and then we'll be ready for you to begin.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, your 2 minutes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay,
wonderful.
Great.
Your 2 minutes will begin now.
Okay, so I'm really pleased to be with you. And so my name is Stephanie Lesage, and I'm here to present the Sea-Wing by RETROUVEZ. So the Sea-Wing is an automatic wind power commercial ships made to capture this abundant, unlimited and free energy, which is the wind. Shipping has some major challenges to face, and international shipping accounts nearly for 3% of global emission and 30% of greenhouse gas emission per year in Europe. International Maritime Organization has set up environmental objective with a reduction of 40% by 2030 and 70% by 2050. So we have to find out some solution urgently to decarbonize the shipping sector. At RETROUVEZ, we have a solution to propose, an integrated Kite system made of a hardware part and software part. The hardware part is composed of 1,000 square meter kites with a flight control pod steering automatically the wing, a deck machinery, ensuring automatic folding, unfolding, and storage of the wing. And there is an eco-routing solution combining the data of the ship, the data of the wing, and the weather focus data, proposing an optimal route to the captain. What is the Sea-Wing value proposition? So it's a simple solution. It's a push button for the captain to fold and fold the wing. It's a very powerful solution for ship owners with an average reduction of 20% on its fuel bill and associated emissions. And it's smart because it allows ship owners to start to decarbonize right away their fleet and to reach the environmental objective. With the Sea-Wing, we will be able to address the biggest ship, tankers, bulkers, container ship, generating 85% of the total emission of the shipping sector. RETROUVEZ, it's also
all right.
a team.
We have time is up. So hopefully we can answer some of the questions and share more about the team in questions. So we are going to go ahead and move over to the jury. And so with that, jury, you have 3 minutes for your questions.
Hi, Captain speaking, very happy to jump in. I was wondering actually about the team who is behind the initiative. Can you tell a bit more about yourself, the background, and who is around?
Yes, for sure. Yes, it's the team coming from the aeronautical sector because it's a transfer from the aeronautical expertise to the maritime sector. And it's a team composed by aeronautical engineers, but also people coming from the maritime sector and the renewable energy sector.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Other questions from the jury?
And about the model economic, I don't know if you speak about the model economic.
So the business model, so it's based on, it will be based on 2 channels. First, meaning the sale of the Sea-Wing, the product in itself, and with some operational services for ship owners.
And have you identified other competitors on the topic? Because I know it's quite a busy or huge challenge, and I've heard about other initiatives. Are you?
So I mean, there are, I would say, suppliers just manufacturing not really similar, because we are not placed and positioned in the same market segment, I would say, and there are other suppliers but manufacturing smaller kites and addressing smaller ships and smaller boats.
Okay. Thank you.
So here the idea is really to target the biggest ships, because they generate 85% of the total emissions.
Great. Time for maybe one more short question. Okay, without any other questions, that is wonderful. That's fine. Thank you so much to Stephanie. We are going to actually go ahead and take a break to learn a little bit more about Respect Ocean. And so as we do that, we'll come back and we'll have the 5 more finalists present their pitches. So please enjoy this short video break. Okay, thank you. I'm excited to pass the baton over to Ben, who will take us through the final 5 finalists.
Thank you, Martha. I hope that you are all having fun hearing from these amazing pitches. So I'll be happy to moderate the second half of our event today. And I guess you are not familiar with the process. And I want to call Beatrice from Molluscan to share your screen, turn on your mic. Can you hear us, Beatrice? Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So we start the timer when you start.
Okay. So hello everybody, my name is Beatrice and today I will present the solution Molluscan, an online solution to protect the oceans thanks to connecting clams. So you know the famous saying, happy as a clam? Only in clean water, I should say, because if something goes wrong, the clams let us know. Maurice Canaille digitalized clams behavior and disturbances to inform us about the water quality. We attach tiny electrodes to clamshell in order to measure the opening and closing of the valves, which reflect 10 daily key biological parameters, and to assess whether human activity have an impact on the aquatic environment. Maurice Canaille is an innovative solution using living IoT, artificial intelligence, to provide user-friendly reporting for clients' operational management. Since 2006, our solution has been installed all around the world, from the North Pole to the tropic, under natural or industrial environments. The customer benefits are a better reactivity in case of anomalies, low maintenance and lower cost compared to chemical analysis, time and risk reduction related to site interventions, a vehicle for CSR, and allows clients to anticipate the regulation. Maurice Canaille is a unique biomonitoring solution, in situ, continuous, and online. Thanks for your attention, and we count on your support to present Maurice Canaille to Polytechnic and Coastline exhibition at the end of this year.
Thank you, Beatrice. I now turn on to our jury.
Thank you, Beatrice.
Questions.
François talking. Do you have any examples of clients? We see wind turbines, platforms or ports. What kind of clients? Is it private sector or public? Can you give some examples?
At the moment, we hasn't installed clamps close to wind turbine, but we have experience with oil and gas platform, and currently we are installing clamps for treated water plants. And also we have experience in port at Santander in Spain, but not yet for wind turbines. There's a...
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Yes. Could you share a concrete example of an issue that the system has detected?
An
example of how the system has detected.
You would like to have an example of detection of anomalies? Is it your question?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. For example, we can detect hydrocarbon spill close to oil and gas platform. It was the case close to, in the Arabic Gulf. But I don't have I cannot show the data now, but we have this type of example.
Thank you, Christian, for this question. We have time for another question.
Hello, Corinne speaking. How many detectors you put in an installation or in oyster bank?
We use, for each installation, we use 16 clamps. It could be oyster, mussel, scallops. Always is local species. And each time we use a group of 16 animals. But for example, for a platform, we can install 1, 2, 3 groups. If the client wants 4 groups of oyster, it's possible.
Thank you. Time is up, jury. I invite you to score this pitch. and invite our next speaker, Ryan from CalWave.
Great, thank you, Ben.
Okay.
I will take the screen share.
Perfect, go ahead.
Great,
Okay.
Do you see it?
Perfect, yeah, when you are ready, we are ready to launch the timer.
All right, great. I'm Ryan from CalWave. So solar and wind power have kickstarted the energy transition, but to fully decarbonize the grid, we need baseload renewables. The sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow, but the ocean always makes waves. And CalWave has built a solution to unlock this massive resource. Pictured here is our pilot deployment offshore San Diego. It's been operating for 8 months with 99.8% uptime and 0 decline in performance. And it's actually the longest ever operating wave project off US coasts. In January, we received funding from the US Department of Energy to scale up to 100 kilowatts. And we'll deploy this system at the PacWave test site offshore Oregon in 2024. In that same year, we'll commercialize this technology to serve remote coastal microgrids. In France, on a utility scale, is the perfect place to adopt wave energy technology. The country currently gets 72% of its power from nuclear, and according to the National Energy Plan, this needs to get down to 50% by 2035. The only way to avoid increasing emissions is to tap into baseload renewables. And because of the energetic waters of the North Atlantic, this makes wave power extremely attractive for France. Plus, wave farms can integrate with offshore wind farms, both increasing the power output and smoothing out the power production profile of offshore sites without significantly increasing costs, because wave farms and offshore wind farms share a majority of their supporting infrastructure. And then beyond the mainland, France actually has the largest exclusive economic zone in the world, where customers in the overseas territories pay large premiums to import diesel fuel for their generators. So taking into account all of these factors, France may very well be the best country in the world for wave energy development. And at CalWave, we would love to explore partnerships with French partners to further these opportunities. So please join us in unlocking the power of the ocean. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. I now turn on to the jury for some questions.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. I have a question regarding the cost of maintenance. Can you tell us a bit more about how you do this maintenance?
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked that. So oftentimes people ask why hasn't wave power caught on? And that's because traditionally devices are either mounted on the seafloor or on the surface. And something about CalWave is that we actually generate power in between. So when you're on the seafloor, it's much harder to maintain. When you're on the surface, you're exposed to the harsh conditions of storms. But since we're close to the surface, but slightly submerged, we actually generate more power than if we were on the surface. And it allows us to pull down closer to the seafloor during those harsh conditions. So it's mitigating the concerns of both of those past designs. And then as far as that maintenance goes, we can actually release pressure and the device comes to the top of the surface. So you can just maintain on the top of the surface. And then when we're deploying actually utility scale systems, we won't have to do that more than every other couple of years. So, maintenance is pretty, much easier with our technology than it has been traditionally in this space.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
So how does the cost of energy produced by CalWave compare to other sources?
Yeah, so right now, as I mentioned, our plan is to commercialize our 100 kilowatt systems in 2024. And the target for the cost per kilowatt hour there is 40 US cents per kilowatt hour, which, as I mentioned, if we're starting with those remote coastal microgrids, which France has quite a few of, you're already beating the prices on those diesel generators, which right now you can see 50 US cents or even $1 per kilowatt hour. So, really, if you're starting with those remote coastal microgrids, we're already beating that cost.
Thank you. We have time for a quick question, maybe. Well, good. Okay, thank you, Ryan.
All right, thank you.
I take the opportunity to remind our online participants that they will have a chance to vote for their favorites at the end of the 10 pitches. So wait for it. I'm now calling in pitch number 8, Mathilde from Bonvent. Hello, Mathilde. Can you hear us?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hello. In current conditions, life duration of a boat is 40-45 years. And as you can see, there are plenty of them dying in rivers, lands, and seas. The reason of it is that there's no support to boat owners to maintain their boat. And even if recycling is covered by an eco-tax, cost of logistics is so high that nobody is ready to pay. And do you know what is the average age of a boat today? 35. There was a boom in sales in the 80s and it stayed high for 30 years on. So today we are in front of a big challenge with this huge number of aging boats. Bonvent wants to offer a second life to your boats. Its solution sticks perfectly with the consuming trends and the law against waste, as it favors circular economy, reuse, and recycling. Indeed, for all subscribers, Bonvent will offer the access to a service book, providing upkeep advice, cost tracking, and access to a community of boat lovers. To support the process, Bonvent will implement an innovative marketplace of second-hand spare parts. And if the boat is out of use, Bonvent will cover the cost of logistics for recycling. So, subscription and spare parts sales, finance, solution, and logistics cost. As a result, for France, 3,000 to 5,000 boats could be recycled per year, reducing the pollution and the occupation in marinas, and rest of boats could stay in a better shape, making happier boat lovers and happier marinas. We thank you to support us in this project and to give visibility to our disruptive model. And now I can just say, like Georges Bernoux in Thalassa,
à bientôt et bon vent.
Hope it worked.
Did. Thank you. Time is up. Thank you. I'm now turning to the jury for some questions.
Do you plan to also recycle propulsion systems, motors?
In fact, we plan to evaluate for every boat that is about to be dismantled what can be taken on this boat. So it could be everything that can be reused. So motors can be included, yes.
Thanks.
Are there any other questions? Yeah.
What makes you think that customers will be willing to pay a subscription, and how much are you thinking?
It's a very good question. In fact, our target is to have two customers, and one customer is the marina itself, because we think that marina are very embarrassed with the boat dying in their premises. And so we would like to have marinas supporting us by paying for this subscription and giving this service to their let's say, customers, sorry.
The tenants.
Yes, exactly. And then individually, the boat owners could also subscribe, and they would have the service of tracking the cost, documents storage, etc. And in fact, the idea is that in the car sector, it works even without subscription. But in the car sector, you have it's a must-have to do the control of your car, but it's not a must-have in the boat. So the idea is to have a kind of teaching approach to explain to the boat owners how to better use their boat, how to better maintain their boat, because they love it. And also to have that recycling done indeed. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. Maybe we have one question from Paula, I believe.
It was the same question from Kristen, but maybe another question. Are you already building partnership with recycling companies? Is it already done, or at what stage are you at the moment?
We are in a relationship with the APER, which is the eco-organism that organize already the recycling. They are organized and financed by the eco tax and the DIFN, which is a tax taken by the state. And they are in contact with the recycling sites. So the idea is to close the loop.
Thank you, Mathilde. We are at time. Thank you, jury, for your questions. I'm calling our pitch number 9, Marion from Finsulate. Can you hear us? Yes. Hello, Marion. If you want to share your screen.
Yeah, I have the message that I can't share yet. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. It's loading on our side. All good.
Right. Ready. Hello, I'm delighted to be with you today to show you how sea urchin can be a great source of inspiration to help us preserve our common resource, the ocean. Before that, I'd like to talk to you about painting. Imagine yourself in a marina and you see a person throwing a can of paint into the sea. You will, of course, call him crazy. Well, it's exactly the same thing when you apply anti-fouling paint to the hull of your boat. This paint ends up in the sea slowly and surely. These toxic particles are invisible to us from the surface. We don't realize it because we can't see it from the boat. But let's go back to our friend, the sea urchin. It has many spines which serve as a defense. This means that organism cannot reach its carapace and stay on top. It lives at the bottom of the sea, also invisible to us from the surface. Nature is often the best teacher. Dutch researcher Rick Breuer found an alternative to these toxic paints many years ago, reproduced the properties of spines in the form of small fibers, a great biomimicry. They prevent algae, mussels, and other organisms from sticking to the boat. This is how Finsulate was born, a unique self-adhesive that is applied directly to the hull. The lifetime is now at least 5 years. The maintenance is clean and easy by brushing or high pressure jet. Protection of the hull is mechanical and not chemical. Almost 1,000 boats in the world benefit from the Finsulate solution. Professionals and boaters who are aware of the impact on the ocean have decided to be actors of change by adopting Finsulate, and this is just the beginning. I am Marion Padiolo, entrepreneur with a passion for the marine world. I launched my startup with the idea of creating and developing innovative and respectful solutions for the ocean. But everything I just told you will make a real difference if you too feel proud to be generous to nature. To increase your pleasure of boating with the greatest respect for the ocean, choose Finsulate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Marion. Dear jury, we want to start with questions.
Hello, Corinne speaking. That thing of glue you use for the support?
The glue is based with water in bicomponent, and it also had a patent, an ecological patent too. So if you need to sometimes to repair, you just need to create a patch. It's a repairing by patch, and you can remove it with a steamer that you use for the wallpaper because it's based on by water.
Question here, in terms of cost, how do you compare with traditional solution for anti-fouling?
If we take the example of a boat of 10 meters long, the profitability is just after 3.5 years. So it's just a little bit investment at the beginning, of course, but you don't need to change Finsulate. You just need to clean it sometimes. So at the end, it's profitable and rentable.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, dear jury? No? No more questions?
Yeah, yes. About the speed of the boat is.
Yeah, for sailing boat, we have an effect of water to water. So it's on a sailing boat, you don't have any difference. And we have three versions of Finsulate to adapt to type of boat. So we don't have a big issue with the speed. Maybe 1 knot a maximum.
Thank you. There are no other questions. I want to thank Marion and invite our next finalists. Last but not least, as we say, Maya from Blue Carbon to join us on the virtual stage.
Hi,
can you hear us,
everyone.
Maya?
Yes,
Hi,
I can hear you. I hope you hear me because I'm in Guatemala near a mangrove area, so I hope it will work.
So
can
far,
I share
so
my
good.
screen?
Please go. Okay, so it's loading and we can see it. So we start the timer when you are ready.
Okay, let's go.
You have 2 minutes. Thank you.
So my name is Maya and I sail around the world for 5 years. And I realized that being net zero by 2050 is a pure heresy if we don't find a solution now. What gets measured gets done. Peter Drucker quotes have never been so true. Indeed, reliable measure raise your impact. We, Blue Carbon, are measuring carbon credits by providing an efficient mapping and monitoring to offer a clearness in this opaque world of carbon credits. And we are focusing on Blue Carbon, which have received too little attention for its enormous potential. It can sequester 40 times more than terrestrial planes. The real problem today is that the carbon credit market demand is growing much faster than the supply. On demand side, there is a lack of trust of carbon credit, and the supply side, there is no automated way to identify and monitor blue ecosystem, and a huge inefficiency in project approval. Also, the market is huge. 500 billion of credit transactions have been reported last year, and 100 billion will be 2030. So the money is here, but don't find a home to be well invested. So our solution facilitates the investment in coastal ecosystem and empower their restoration by using satellite imagery and empirically verified data to generate a proprietary model to identify carbon projects at scale. Through this API, we assure the money goes into good projects that actually have a real benefit on climate as biodiversity of local communities. So phase 1 for our market strategy will be linear by targeting the compliant market where oil and gas industry have to invest. And we are already partnering with RES with more than 100,000 acres under asset management. And phase 2 will be exponential by tapping into the voluntary market. So the technology is needed to report, verified, and fund effective projects to make a market. And our team gathered a unique set of expertise to tap into this potential of Blue Carbon. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you for your presentation. Dear jury, last round of questions. Last opportunity for you to ask a question.
Have you yet calculate or organize on the land, on the ocean, on the mangrove, this experiment?
So we want to finish our first MVP pilot test by the end of this summer. So we are gathering, that's why we are partnering with RETROUVEZ to validate and demonstrate the capabilities of the model. So we are undergoing a pilot test on 2 main sites in Louisiana with them, and to identify the exact area occupied by a blue carbon ecosystem. And further along, it will be to make a reliable accountability of the carbon offsetting. I hope I responded well to your question. If not,
Thank you. Are there any other questions? If not, then it's a wrap. Thank you again to our 10 finalists today for the pitch. I will give the floor back to Martha for the end of our event together.
Amazing. Thank you, Ben. And thank you to all of our finalists and members of the jury and everyone tuning in today. Please join me in sharing your congratulations and your celebrations to all of the finalists in the chat and with your reactions on Zoom today. Our jury is now going to take some much needed time to note the solutions and report them on our evaluation form that we created before the final. We'll review them later when the results are announced. And so we invite the jury to go ahead and turn off your webcam and your microphone and connect to the links that you received before the final. This is going to begin our moment of deliberation. So during this time, now the public, everyone else here, is going to get a chance to vote for your favorite solution. So you are going to receive a poll via Zoom to vote for your favorite solution in just a moment. Now it should be on your screen. So please go ahead and make your vote count here. Now, as we wait for the deliberations of the final jury, we are going to invite our partners onto the virtual stage for some special prize announcements. Then after that, we are going to broadcast a short video from our partners who supported us in this 2022 edition of the Ocean Pitch Challenge. So let's see the results first of the, oh, actually, I think we need to wait to share the results. Sorry, I was so excited about the popular vote poll, but we'll save those results for just a little bit. And I'm going to pass it over to Matthew from the French Biodiversity Office to announce the special prize for biodiversity. Over to you.
Hi, thanks a lot. I'm pleased to be here with you, and I would like to congratulate all the competitors. It was great to hear your pitches to all of them. We are very, at the French Office of Biodiversity, we are very focused on innovations, because innovation is part of the solution. And when innovation is presented to us, we see how you target the development of your innovations, to which issue you want to address your innovation. And this is a way for us to see how we can help, how we can provide networks and things like that for helping the startups to develop themselves. So it's not easy to choose between all of you one of the solution. All of you have got solutions. There is no unique solutions, but we have to make a choice. So the choice I've made for biodiversity would be addressed to Finsulate. This is the innovation I think I've voted for.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Great. I think we'll now have Marianne come and say a few words.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very, very much. And you know, by taking inspiration from nature, humans have the possibility to achieve great innovation, to give a beautiful version of themselves. So we need to carry on and to sensibilize more and more for a better ocean. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, and many thanks to our partner at the French Biodiversity Office, and congratulations to Marianne. It's now my pleasure to invite Alan from Nucor to announce the special prize for the nature-inspired solution. So please join me in welcoming Alan. And Alan, it is over to you to make this special prize announcement.
Hello, I'm very happy to be with you today and to say which one is our special prize for bio-inspired solution. And I'm a little bit confused because I didn't know that someone could get two prizes. But Marion, you've got the special prize for the bio-inspired solutions. So you've got the second prize for Finsulate, because there were many bio-inspired solutions in the competition, but Finsulate is the one that I prefer. So my special prize goes to Finsulate, and I'm very happy to offer an exhibit space to Finsulate during the Biomim Expo, which is the big event on biomimicry, which will take place in Paris at the end of October, between on 25 and 26. So the Bio-Inspiration Special Prize of the Ocean Pitch Challenge 2022 goes to Finsulate.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And congratulations again to Marianne and Finsulate. Marianne, would you like to say any additional words?
Thank you, Alain. Thank you very much, and I would be very happy to be with you for the Biomim Expo once again. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Amazing. So, without further ado, then we have our final special prize announcement before we announce the three winners. And this is my wonderful colleague, Doreen Wong, our entrepreneurship lead at the Sustainable Ocean Alliance. Doreen, over to you.
Thank you, Martha. On behalf of our partnership with Sustainable Ocean Alliance, I'm really pleased to announce the winner of the early stage prize. This year, we had an opportunity to review 86 submitted applications, with over 30% that were more focused on early stage. And what we were looking for, just looking at the minimum viable product and looking at the market for adoption and scaling, and also looking at the impact. So really looking at the environmental, social, and economical impact. We're so excited to announce this winner. The early stage special prize will receive 1-year mentorship and access to SOA's network resources, and then as well from Respect Ocean membership. And the early stage prize is blue carbon. Blue carbon ecosystems are very important, and we're excited to be supporting Blue Carbon team. We believe that this will be a great potential with their deep learning model solution to help really support key organizations, stakeholders in the carbon removal and offset marketplace. So congratulations.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Maya, would you like to say a few words?
I really appreciate SOA's support since the beginning. We came up from the Ocean Hackathon in San Francisco, co-organized by SOA, and it was amazing. And I hope we will pursue our collaboration together, because you truly support and and help us.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And congratulations again to all of our special prize winners. Thank you. All right. So with that, we are going to play a short video from our partners before we will be back live to announce the winners of this year's Ocean Pitch Challenge. All right. Thank you for playing the video, and we'll see you afterwards.
As lovers of the sea and wondrous treasures of our planet, Ponant is committed every day to the protection of the environment and respect for indigenous communities. Starting with the design of our ships, we implement innovative technologies to reduce our environmental impact. The compact size of our ships, their design and the materials used help minimize our impact on the ozone layer and delicate marine ecosystems. Ponant invents the luxury polar exploration ship, the very first of its kind in the world. Its main innovation is the use of liquefied natural gas, the greenest energy on the market. Its equipment surpasses the current regulatory requirements of the International Maritime Organization and even anticipates their evolution. To make every cruise valuable, Le Commandant Charcot will house a mobile laboratory for use by scientists. Ultimately, our entire fleet can serve as logistical support for scientific research. When conceiving our cruises, we carry out an inventory of the biodiversity of the places we plan to visit. New itineraries are only validated after environmental studies and meetings with local groups to ensure their agreement and involvement. Working on the premise we protect better what we know, we want to make our passengers ambassadors of the places they visit. Specialists and naturalist guides bring their expertise to the landings and extend the experience on board during informative presentations. We build our itineraries in collaboration with local communities. We buy locally when we can, without impacting the resources needed by the local communities. Ponant is committed to the preservation of traditional cultures and practices. For example, we support the Upernavik Fab Lab organization, which trains members of the Inuit community to maintain traditional skills and crafts. Actively engaged, Ponant supports many organizations and companies working for the protection of the poles and the environment. Our strong sustainable development policy has earned us many prestigious awards. Our resolve goes even further. We want to show that only sensitive, reasonable, and sustainable tourism is responsible tourism.
Le Technopôle Brest-Iroise a pour vocation d'accompagner l'innovation et le développement économique en Pointe-Bretagne. En Pointe-Bretagne, forcément, notre environnement quotidien, c'est la mer notamment, les océans, et c'est dans ce cadre que nous avons décidé de créer une action qui s'appelle Océan Hackathon en 2016. Océan Hackathon a pour vocation à contribuer à l'innovation dans le domaine de la préservation des océans, et nous avons souhaité porter ce challenge à un niveau international pour pouvoir collaborer avec toutes les populations qui se sentent concernées par cette initiative.
Vous êtes une entreprise, une association, un organisme de formation ou encore de recherche. Vous êtes un simple citoyen, usager de la mer ou encore un étudiant à l'esprit entrepreneurial. Venez déposer votre défi à Océan Hackathon Brest avant le 15 juin 2022. Alors qu'est-ce qu'un défi ? Un défi doit être lié à l'océan, à la mer, dans une logique de développement durable et de préservation. La solution qui sera développée en 48 heures et en équipe devra être innovante et sera liée à l'utilisation de données marines que nous mettons à votre disposition. Océan Hackathon, c'est aussi une occasion de monter en compétences, de se sensibiliser à l'entrepreneuriat et de rencontrer une communauté d'experts, des sciences de la mer, du numérique et aussi de l'accompagnement à la création d'entreprises. Alors bien sûr, tout ça se passe à Brest, mais aussi en France et à l'international, car l'événement est organisé en simultané dans plusieurs pays du monde. Donc à bientôt pour cette 7e édition de Océan Hackathon.
j'ai le plaisir d'annoncer le lancement de notre nouvel événement, Bluetech Sea & Coastline, organisé par l'équipe Polytech. C'est le rendez-vous dédié à la transition écologique de la mer et du littoral. Bluetech Sea & Coastline se tiendra ici, à Expo Nantes, le 30 novembre et le 1er décembre 2022. L'objectif est de permettre aux acteurs économiques, industriels et collectivités de réduire leur impact environnemental, de prévoir et limiter la dégradation des ressources sur les environnements maritimes et littoraux et d'adapter leur développement économique dans une optique de résilience. Bluetech Sea & Coastline a vocation à devenir l'événement annuel international de référence pour l'environnement maritime et côtier et se tiendra les années paires en région littorale et les années impaires conjointement à Polytech. La tenue de Bluetech Sea & Coastline à Nantes, en région Pays de la Loire, n'est pas un hasard. L'événement se tiendra au cœur d'un territoire pleinement engagé dans la transition écologique de la mer et du littoral.
Salut, à bientôt. Ciao.
All right, I think we are ready to begin to announce the winners. So I'm going to leave the floor to Leon, Hourly, and Ben, who have the honor of announcing the results of the votes and the deliberations of the jury. All right, over to you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Martha. I am super delighted to announce that our final People's Favorite People's Choice Award is going to Algae to House.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and Ben, you will now announce the third winner.
Thank you, Martha. And the third winner of the 2022 Ocean Pitch Challenge is Mathilde Lesage from Bonvent. So Mathilde, if you want to say a few words.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Now I'm very happy. We are at the very beginning of our project, but it's very important for us to give visibility to this approach because it makes sense, and we need support a little bit everywhere. So thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you. And let's make it clear that we are not relatives. Thank you, Mathilde.
Not even with Stephanie.
Thank you, Ben. Congratulations. Okay, Melissa, for the second winner.
Yes, I'm very pleased to announce that Algae to House wins the second prize.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. We are very grateful. Thank you.
Yes. We didn't expect it.
Yes.
Amazing, congratulations. Okay, and now the first prize winner will be announced by Aurelie.
Thank you. So congratulations to all for your pitches today. And congratulations to RETROUVEZ and concours. I think the tension is at its peak, so I don't make you wait any longer to announce the big winner of our 2022 edition. I'm very, very happy to address my congratulations to Finsulate. Thank you so much. Wow, can't believe it. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. It's a very, very high recognition of the work and of all what we've done for the ocean, and just the beginning. So thank you so much. I'm very grateful. You deserve it, Marion. Thank you. So few words to conclude. Congratulations to everyone. What amazing project presented today. Thank you for being with us for the final, and thank you, Martha and Ben, from the SOA team for the moderation today. You can discover the 3 winners during a live talk on June the 16th at 4:30 p.m. You will have the registration link in our social media in a few days, and have a nice rest of the day, and I let the floor to Benjamin to conclude.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and congrats again. And see you soon in one of our events. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the team at SOA, for making this happening. Thank you. Bye.